Hey guys, what's up? It's Kendall again, and welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kendall. I do videos, all things makeup, beauty, and life. And every single Tuesday, we go over a tarot card of the day, and my makeup is always inspired by the card of the day. If you want to see this makeup tutorial, it will be posted on Thursday, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video. Let's go ahead and get into today's card, the King of Swords. We finally made it, the final card in the sword suit, the King of Swords. The King of Swords. The King of Swords is like that mighty moment. We have finally made it to our highest self right now. Of course, with tarot, you never sit in one card for too long. Our lives take us on different journeys. We learn different things. But right now, you are just sitting in the glory of the King of Swords. Let's get into the card imagery. So obviously we have the king, right? He's sitting on his throne. He's got his double-edged sword. He's got the wisdom. He's got the clarity. He has the leadership, the authority, in a good, positive, healthy way. Radiates intellectual conversations, communication. He's very, very strong in his way of thinking, and he understands the great amount of power that he holds currently in his life. The blue that he's wearing is spiritual understanding, and then he has the butterflies behind him, which is all about our transformation. So when we pull the King of Swords in a general read, it's really just inviting you to use your intellect, use your wisdom, use your communication and your leadership skills to get you to your goals that you're trying to get after. Besides through your experience in education, this is also a time to use your objective very, very sharply. This is a time to be very sharp and observant as well. Sometimes with wisdom, we learn that less talking equals more watching, listening, understanding. It's a lot more wise to keep your mouth shut sometimes, and that may be a really good thing to practice right now. As he rules over the entire sword suit, he's very much so about this special connection with laws, understanding, different ways of thinking and logical thinking, of understanding and manifestation. King of Swords also knows how to look at things and truly understand them by removing the emotional part of ourselves, like we talked about with the Queen of Swords. He's fully able to kind of sit back and look at things as a full picture before commenting on it or making moves towards a situation, whatever it may be in your life. So the King of Swords is a good indicator that there's higher ethical standards than you once had before, and it's because you've learned it through experiences, but you also have a little bit of wisdom to back you up now. When we pull the King of Swords in a love reading, what this means is that whoever this card is representing is somebody who is very strong-minded, but in a leadership type of way, where they have very high standards for their love life, either for themselves, their partners, both. They have very high standards because they've been through it. They've been through the heartbreak. They've been through the despair. They've been through the chaos, the lies, the deceitfulness. They finally made it to this moment of, hey, I'm not putting up with this in relationship, so if you cross that boundary, I'm going to have to withdraw. They're very in control of their emotions as well. Again, like we said in the general reading, when you kind of have a strong mental suit and kind of wisdom from what you have been through in the swords journey, because the swords girl, they're a lot to go through, but through that, you've learned so much about yourself that you're okay kind of shutting the emotions, not shutting them off, but just kind of like not emotionally reacting, but like logically thinking through your love life and where it's headed and those conversations within the relationship. If it's pulling up in a relationship overall, this can also kind of indicate that you two are pushing each other to be your best selves. You want the best out of each other. You want each other to just thrive and succeed in everything that they do. And this is a really, really strong card to come out because it's like, hey, King of Swords, yes, finally. This is strong. This is also kind of like this is also the opportunity to be very blunt with each other in the relationship, but not in a sense to kind of like jab at each other like we saw in the Five of Swords or the Seven of Swords. It's very much so like, hey, you're acting kind of out of line. That's not you. Let's get back on the right track. Let's get back to our goals and let's freaking do this. Okay, so it's a great card to pull in your love reading. It's a great card to pull, period. King of Swords in a career reading, this is really a great card for either you or whoever it's representing, because this person can come off as a little stern, maybe it's you, very high standards for their work ethic or work in general that they put out. This is a great card because this is somebody that you can really go to for good advice, to really guide you and lead you on a path that is not going to tender to your emotions, but kind of tell you how it is and be like, hey, if you want to get to this point in your career, you're going to have to do X, Y, and Z to get there. if you can't do it, then that career is not for you. It's someone who's straightforward like that with you. It can be a little intimidating in the workplace, but that's really not of your concern, because this is such a strong individual with their mindset and their logical thinking that it benefits everyone and everything around them. And when we pull the King of Swords in a financial read, this is really telling you to like look at your finances and be like, all right, let's think about this logically. I don't care what I want right now. I don't care what I've spent in the past. I'm starting right now. I'm looking where my goals are. I'm going to do what I have to do to get to my financial goals, and I will eventually get there. It's being smarter about your financial goals because of the rest of the swords we went through, of that chaotic financial situation. You have finally made it to this point of like, time to be real with myself, get serious about my finances. These are my goals. Let's get after them. When we pull the King of Swords in reverse, this is the exact opposite, guys. We are probably being a little selfish. We're being overly emotional and controlling. We're being power hungry. We're dominating others. It's like that abusive power that you have, because the king is a powerful guy. And when it's reversed, it's like, we're not being very logical anymore. We're being kind of a dictator over people's lives and decisions, or our finances. And that's where we start to lack the logical thinking and critical thinking of removing emotion sometimes to really think through your goals, how you're gonna get there. And this is just like low standards, okay? Low standards for everything. Love, career, finances. Your standards are literally down in hell. You need to fix that. Focus on that, because when our standards are low, it affects us overall. When the king is in reverse, really, I want you to just take a step back and see, where are your standards too low for yourself? Where are you maybe being a little too controlling in your life, or trying to be a dictator, trying to take advantage of others, trying to use your leadership in negative ways? So that is really where I want you to focus with the King of Swords reversed. Overall, guys, that is going to wrap up the King of Swords today. I hope you enjoyed the entire Swords series. If you want to see more of the Swords card, you can find them in my playlist of Tarot Tuesdays. Let me know what suit you want to see next, and that's going to do it, guys. I will see you in the next one. Love ya.